Beautiful people of the world, and welcome back again to another video. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing great. Today we have a very somber topic. Regardless of what series you like, I feel like as anime fans, we can all bond over one thing, which is a general consensus that anime live actions are bad. Now, there are endless live action adaptations for anime. There are some that are terrible, and there are some that are not that bad or even good. You know, you can have the One Piece live action right here, or you can have the Uzumaki live action, because Uzumaki, before it was a bad anime, it was a bad live action. But today I am coming to you with a live action that I didn't know existed until yesterday, which is the Attack on Titan live action movie, which has two parts. They got 2 movies approved for an Attack on Titan live action. Today I am here to talk to you guys about Attack on Titan live action part 1. Before we dive straight into this movie, I think it is important to ask ourselves, why do live action adaptations for anime don't work? Why are they so consistently bad? Something that is very obvious is that with animation, you can get whatever you want, especially 2D animation. It is an infinite canvas of possibilities for things that you can achieve with animation. And then you have live action, which our brain is really trying to dig through and try to understand what it's looking at. And there are things that just don't translate from page to screen. This was a huge fear that I had for the One Piece live action, because I feel like One Piece is just so absurd and so comical that I thought it was just going to be visually too absurd for our brains to comprehend or enjoy. And they proved us wrong. The One Piece live action is honestly the only live action that I consider to be remotely good. I don't think it's perfect, but I'm excited for season 2. I'm excited for what they're going to do with season 2. Now, if someone asked me a year ago which story I would think would be a better live action between Attack on Titan and One Piece, I would say without a doubt Attack on Titan, because I feel like it's an easier story to adapt maybe in terms of live action. And then I found this movie and I realized that there's things in Attack on Titan that are a lot harder to adapt than I thought, even harder than things from One Piece. Regardless of that, Attack on Titan has an impeccable story. So I feel like a good movie with a good story will be able to grip you, even if it has kind of janky visual effects or kind of taps into the uncanny valley for a little bit. So Attack on Titan should work, right? Well, why don't we take a look into this incredible movie and we decide finally if it's a good live action adaptation or not. Let me walk you a little bit through this movie. It starts basically the same way the anime starts, just in the opening sequence of explaining that humans are locked in the walls. Regardless of this, straight from the get-go, the characters are already different from what we meet in the manga or anime, which is basically 3 kids, Mikasa, Armin, and Eren Yeager. And in this movie, they're already adults. We meet Armin, who I'm very glad is not blonde in this movie. We meet Mikasa. But I'll be honest, I wasn't jamming with her in this movie, and you'll see why in a second. And then we meet Eren, but we meet Eren in a weird way because he's standing up on top of a plane or a bomb or something. We really don't know what it is. And that was for me the clearest indicator that this movie was going to be very different from the source material. Because if you remember in the Attack on Titan anime or manga, we meet the characters in this very older German inspired towns. They have horses and they have carriages, and that's about it. That's pretty much the extent of their technological advancement so far, except for the OMS gear, the 3D gear, whatever, which is an exception for the story, but it's okay. But in this movie, we see the remnants of a plane or a bomb. We see the remnants of a helicopter. In the defense of whoever directed or wrote this movie, I will say that it came out in 2015, which is way before any of the Marley things got revealed. But I honestly think that whoever wrote this movie was told the story by someone else, secondhand, and did not pick up the manga or the series like the anime to actually understand what was being adapted into a live action. Because how are you going to explain to me that someone in this world didn't look at the old helicopter and try to build it back up or understand where it came from? That or the bomb that had a mermaid with the sea painted on the side, and Aaron was like, it's the ocean. Yeah, but so what? There's no curiosity for where this thing came from. But you know what? Whatever. Let's try to enjoy the movie from the lens of knowing that every single person in this world is stupid. right? We continue traversing this world with our very charismatic set of characters. We have Eren, who by around minute 8, you already understand that he's going to be insufferable the whole movie. Mikasa, who looks constipated, very similar to how she did in the manga. And Armin, who is the least memorable character in what is supposed to be an Attack on Titan movie. Eren takes the lads to go climb the wall, which is of course not allowed, and they encounter the police. And right then there we have our first encounter with the Titans. Before that, let's see what's different. They're not kids. Eren doesn't have a mother to be killed or a father that will inject him with the Titan serum. And the world aesthetic is pretty different, but it could still be enjoyed. We finally get to see a Titan, who is the Colossal Titan, or Beru-Toruto, and he kicks the wall to create a hole so that the rest of the Titans can go in. And this is where the movie almost had me. This is where I almost said, this is actually a good movie, an entertaining movie. Oh my god, oh, they got a little bro. This scene of the movie was honestly really fun, just watching really janky Titans eating small humans. And I think the VFX for this one were not that bad. It was just a lot of upwards camera shots, so you would feel that sense of scale, and very creative scenarios where humans would get trapped and Titans would get just like, they would just have to show their hands picking humans up to eat them. The movie is pretty gruesome in its own right. It has a lot of blood, and it shows all the dismemberment and the blood spluttering, and the Titans are always drooling. A big factor that almost made me give this movie a 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd was the fact that we got the little fella, the little English football fan Titan that hops over a fence, and it's really funny. Honestly, I was really enjoying myself during this part of the movie. Sadly, all fun things must end, and this scene culminates with Eren being trapped and Mikasa is trapped outside trying to save a baby, and the Titan that in the anime or manga kills Eren's mom kills Mikasa. And there you go. Minute 23 of the Attack on Titan live action movie, there's no more Mikasa. That's how they're rolling in this movie. Just so you get a slight idea of how not Attack on Titan this Attack on Titan movie is. We skip ahead a couple years, and now the Attack on Titan world has merged with the Star Wars sequel world, and everything is full of these stupid banners with these stupid signs that are trying to allude to 1938 Germany or something. And this is what's supposed to be the recruitment of the scouts for the guys with the wings on their back. And we meet our very colorful set of secondary characters. We have Sasha. You know Sasha. We have John. You know John. We have this girl with a daughter. I don't know who that is. And if I'm being completely honest, this empty can of LaCroix orange has more personality than all of them combined together. They add absolutely nothing to the movie except a body count for Titans to kill, even if they don't die, despite how bad you want them to die. But that's okay. Let's move on forward. We meet Hanji. Again, you know Hanji from Attack on Titan, the thing you're supposed to be watching. And she's the character that behaves the most similar to the original character from the source material. But even if this character behaves similar to the one from the source material, the dynamics don't work the same if you don't have all the other characters that you had on the source material, or the ones that you have behave completely differently. So it just feels like 50 bleak and one schizophrenic lady in a training camp. We circle back to Fraud Eren, who runs into the police officer that helped him when he was a kid 2 years ago. And he is now the lunch lady for the entire army corps. And that happens. And there's some freaky stuff happening in the background. Hey, bro, raising it up in the background. And then we get one of those iconic Attack on Titan eating scenes with the whole squad before a battle or an expedition. But this time it's just a bunch of characters you don't know. And it has a fight with Jean. Like in the manga, right? But with every second that passed, I was just losing hope. Where was Connie? Where is Raina? What is Beru-Toruto? Nowhere to be seen. I understand that it's impossible for a 1 hour and 38 minute movie to adapt something that took a season of television to adapt. That makes sense, right? But I feel like if they were already going to get a second movie greenlit by the studio, might as well just adapt it right from the beginning. And then you can make 2, 3, 4, 5 movies, make it a whole thing, because the story is just that good. But by minute 34, This is not Attack on Titan. This is something else disguising as Attack on Titan. However, I still had a shred of hope from that scene of the Titans picking people up and eating them like this. That was fun, right? If you give me that one more time, I might be able to give you 3 stars. 3.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. With their training complete, the squad is ready to carry out the mission of recovering the city that was broken into by the Titans, which is not the same name as in the anime. I don't understand why. But that's a stupid question when we ask ourselves, why do these people have trucks? When did the people of Attack on Titan have trucks? And if they have trucks, what is stopping them from building planes or helicopters? Please, we get a few minutes of exploring the darkness where they're trying to build up the tension and the fear that you might encounter a Titan in this dark wasteland, and something really bizarre happens. Oh, hell no. Fraud Eren and this nameless girl get attacked by a baby Titan. A baby Titan. Yeah, this movie came out in 2015, so this is before the biology of the Titans was revealed, which is not much. But maybe we can cut some slack to the writer. Maybe he thought that it would be fun for Titans to get freaky. I don't know, a baby Titan is just a very unpleasant concept, and this was honestly a very unpleasant scene. But that leads to a full-on attack by the Titans on the humans. But this time, it wasn't fun. To the viewer's disgrace, all the characters are saved by the female Titan Slayer. Who is she? I don't know. And it turns out, it's Mikasa. Mikasa came back from the dead. Of course, after getting saved, Eren goes and confronts Mikasa to ask her, why is she not dead? And Mikasa is very quick to turn him off and give him the constipated face that she has. And then the captain gets there, and then Mikasa and the captain start getting freaky in front of Eren. Eren runs off crying with his thumb up and starts yelling into the void. And this nameless girl says, no, wait, the Titans are gonna hear us. And she starts getting freaky with Eren. Or I don't think this happened in the manga, Fifu. And then the Titans get there, and then a full-on attack starts. A full-on attack on Titan. And then what follows is just a really long sequence of Titans attacking people and soldiers using their ODM gear to kill Titans. And even though the stakes for this part of the movie should be higher, and even though it's supposed to be the climax of the movie, I still feel like it didn't reach the heights that we got in the first part of the movie, where it was just pure chaos with a lot of people getting eaten. It was pretty satisfying. And then finally, with the resources that they have and the acting skills that everyone has, they try to do a play-by-play of how things go in the source material. Armin is about to get eaten. Eren saves him because we are supposed to believe that they are best friends, even though they don't interact at all in this movie. And for some reason that we don't know about, Eren turns into a Titan. Eren turns into this massive Titan that doesn't look incredible and saves Mikasa, destroys all the Titans, and then dissolves. And then finally, bro's just laying there covered in the of all the little kids that went to watch this movie and had to watch that scene of that girl getting freaky with Eren. Whoa! And that is the movie. Sasageyo, Sasageyo. Did you like that? No. I didn't. And still, it's not the worst live-action anime adaptation I've ever seen in my life. That is a movie that if you guys want me to, I can talk about in this channel. But I am regretting the day that I will have to watch it again because it is really, really insufferable. That's it, everyone. That's all I had to say about this movie. In the beginning, I thought I was going to have a fun time, but this was really not entertaining. And this, for me, gets a 1 star out of 5. Only for that initial Titan scene. That was very fun. Nothing else was fun. Nothing else made sense. Nothing else was cool. Nothing else was Attack on Titan. So as always, it's been a pleasure having you here. If you want me to watch part 2, or you have any other live action anime movies that you want me to check out, please let me know in the comments. Stay tuned because in one of the next videos I am going to unveil another Sanji recipe now that I have a better understanding of how to shoot video on this camera, and I am going to do the food a little bit more justice than what I did on the first ever video for this channel, and I am very excited for the dish that we're gonna make. Please consider subscribing if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.